Jung is saying that when parents don't face their own shadows, desires, or failures, they unconsciously pass those burdens onto their children. Instead of allowing the child to live freely, the parent's unmet ambitions and unresolved wounds become expectations, pressures, or even silent chains. The child ends up carrying not only their own life, but also the heavy, unfinished story of the parent. The family is supposed to be your sanctuary. But what if the very place meant to protect you becomes the arena where you're broken? In a narcissistic household, love is not love. It is a leash. Care is not care. It is control. And approval is not approval. It is currency you must pay for with obedience. Think about it. When you spoke, did anyone listen? Or did they correct you, shame you, silence you? When you succeeded, did they celebrate you? Or did they find a way to make your light feel smaller than theirs? The paradox is cruel. You are told you are loved, but you feel invisible. You are promised safety, but you walk on eggshells. You are raised in a house, ruled not by love, but by ego. Every narcissistic family is built on roles. The roles are not chosen, they are assigned. And once assigned, they are almost impossible to escape. There's a golden child, crowned with false glory, paraded as an extension of the parent's ego. Their achievements are not their own. They are proof that the parent is powerful, successful, untouchable. The golden child shines in public, but inside, they carry the unbearable weight of perfection. One mistake, and the crown shatters. Then comes the scapegoat, blame for every failure, targeted for every frustration, sacrificed so the family's illusion can remain intact. If something goes wrong, the scapegoat becomes a reason. Their role is punishment, their existence a warning to the others. And there's the invisible child, the one who disappears into the background, neither praised nor punished, simply overlooked. Their silence is their shield, their invisibility, the only way to survive. But invisibility has a cost. You begin to believe you do not exist. Think about it. Did you ever feel as if your worth depended on performance? Did you ever notice how one sibling was adored while another carried the blame? Or perhaps you were the quiet one, watching the storm from the corner, learning that safety came only through silence. This is the trap of the narcissistic family system. Love is conditional. Value is transactional. And every role, whether golden, scapegoat, or invisible, is designed for one purpose: to protect the ego of the parent. History repeats the same pattern. Monarchs crowned heirs not for who they were, but for what image they upheld. Caesar demanded loyalty, not love. Richard II ruled by image, not by truth. And in every empire, someone was exalted, someone was sacrificed, and someone was erased. The narcissistic family is no different. It is a private monarchy ruled by ego alone. Inside the narcissistic family, goodness is never rewarded. It is devoured. When you show mercy, they see permission. When you tell the truth, they twist it into guilt. When you forgive, they take it as proof they can wound you again. The cycle is relentless. When you forgive once, they test your limits. When you forgive twice, they call it weakness. When you forgive a third time, they own you. Honesty, too, becomes dangerous. Speak your truth, and it is recast as rebellion. Confront the lie, and suddenly you are the problem. The message is clear. Silence is safer than honesty. Obedience safer than freedom. And yet, many who grow up in these systems carry this conditioning into adulthood. They meet new people, partners, friends, even bosses, and find themselves repeating the same pattern. Drawn again to those who exploit forgiveness. Drawn again to those who weaponize their kindness. Drawn again to those who mistake goodness for weakness. Jung warned us, what is unresolved in the unconscious returns as fate. The child who is silenced finds a partner who does the same. The scapegoat seeks out environments where blame feels familiar. The golden child grows into an adult, terrified of imperfection. Without realizing it, we repeat the family system until we break it. History teaches the same lesson. Dynasties fell not because of enemies outside, but because mercy within the palace was treated as betrayal. Rulers exploited loyalty until loyalty broke. And once goodness is punished long enough, rebellion becomes inevitable. So the pattern expands beyond the household. It is not just a family story. It is a human story. Wherever ego rules unchecked, mercy is punished, truth is silenced, and forgiveness is exploited. The cruelest deception of the narcissistic family is the mask of virtue. To the outside world, they look perfect, generous, loving, united. Neighbors admire them. Relatives envy them. Teachers praise them. But you, the child inside, know the truth. You see the mask slip. You see the rage hidden behind the smile. This is the paradox. The family is applauded for its values, while inside its walls, those same values are inverted. Love becomes control. Discipline becomes humiliation. Guidance becomes domination. The mask protects the parent's image, while the child carries the weight of reality. Fear, not love, is the true foundation. You learn early that fear secures loyalty more effectively than affection. If you disobey, punishment comes fast. If you comply, approval is temporary. Always one step from being revoked. Fear ensures obedience. Love remains a performance, dangled like bait, but never freely given. Machiavelli once wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." The narcissistic family does not choose. It cannot be both. It lives entirely by fear. Love is a mask, but fear is a law. Think of it. A parent adored by outsiders, yet dreaded by their children. A family praised at church. While at home, silence hangs heavier than any sermon. A father who boasts his generosity, yet uses every gift as leverage. A mother who speaks of sacrifice, yet demands endless repayment. This is not love. It is power disguised as virtue. And so the lesson sears itself into you. If love can be taken away, it is not safe. If goodness invites punishment, it is not strength. Fear becomes a language you understand best, even as you long for love. This is the climax of the narcissistic system. You awaken to the realization that the house you grew up in was not ruled by love, but by ego, by fear, by control. And until you face this truth, the mask will continue to haunt you, even in your adult life. Or what do you do when the family meant to protect you becomes a family that wounds you? You learn to break the system. First, name it. Silence protects the system. Naming it breaks the spell. Call the family what it is: narcissistic, manipulative, ruled by ego. Once you put words to the pattern, it can no longer hide as normal. Awareness is your first weapon. Second, refuse the role you were assigned. Golden child, scapegoat, invisible one. These are not identities. They are cages. You were trained to fit a script that was never yours. Refusing the role means reclaiming the right to be complex, imperfect, and whole. You are not the mask they placed on you. Third, set boundaries. In a narcissistic family, boundaries are treated as betrayal. But boundaries are survival. They are the invisible walls that protect your mind and spirit. Every time you say no, you tear a brick from the fortress of their control. Fourth, stop feeding the ego with silence. Silence is the oxygen of narcissists. They thrive when you do not challenge them, when you nod, when you shrink. Breaking that silence does not always mean confrontation. Sometimes it simply means refusing to play along, refusing to smile when it's not funny, refusing to clap for the mask. Fifth, write your own truth. Gaslighting is the art of erasing memory. You are told it didn't happen, that you imagined it, that you are too sensitive. Writing your truth anchors reality. Journals, letters, even words whispered into the dark. They are proof that you lived it and that your reality cannot be stolen. 6. Protect your inner worth. In a household ruled by ego, your value is always conditional. But worth cannot be given or taken. It must be claimed. Protecting it means refusing to measure yourself by their approval. Their voice may echo in your mind, but it is not the voice of truth. 7th, walk away from unwinnable battles. Arguing with a narcissist is like wrestling shadows. They shift, deny, and distort until you are drained. Walking away is not weakness. It is strategy. Save your strength for battles that matter, for truths that can actually be lived, not endlessly debated. 8th, build a tribe of truth tellers. In narcissistic families, isolation is a weapon. They cut you off from allies, so their voice is the only voice you hear. Building a tribe means finding people, friends, mentors, even strangers, who see you clearly. Truth tellers restore the mirror the narcissist shattered. 9th, learn the art of no contact. Sometimes boundaries are not enough. Sometimes the only cure is distance. No contact is not cruelty. It is survival. It is choosing to heal in peace rather than bleed in chaos. The narcissist will call it betrayal, but in truth, it is liberation. 10th, transform survival into discovery. Surviving the narcissistic family system leaves scars, hypervigilance, people-pleasing, perfectionism. But scars can be maps. The same instincts that once kept you alive, awareness, resilience, intuition, can now guide you to freedom. Survival becomes the soil where discovery takes root. The narcissistic family system teaches one brutal lesson. In a house ruled by ego, love is never safe. But once you step outside, once you reclaim your worth, love can become real again. Not a leash, not a mask, but freedom. The mask of virtue has been stripped away. What remains is truth, sharp, unkind, but freeing. If this journey through shadow gave you clarity, stay with me. Subscribe and step further into the hidden patterns of the human mind. Because out here in the dark, the light is rare, and you shouldn't have to face it alone.